So I believe we were at a trait. So looking at genetics. So a quality or characteristic of a living thing. So like having green eyes or red hair or being tall. A behavior is how a living thing responds to its surroundings. So those are like your learned behaviors. Inheritance trait, a characteristic a living thing gets from its parents, like eye color, hair color, dimples, height. That's all within it has to be passed down. The reason why you look like your parents if you are biologically theirs. Acquired trait or non-inherited trait are traits that are learned. They develop these things after they're born. The ability to talk, whatever language it is, how you walk, scars, reading. This is all within the environment you were brought up in. Next, we're going to move on to ecosystems, which is many of your favorites. Ecosystems are an area made of living and non-living things. And make sure, don't forget about the non-living part. Terrestrial ecosystems are land ecosystems. We included forest, rainforest, grasslands, deserts, and the tundra. Aquatic ecosystems are water-based ecosystems, so like lakes, ponds are all within the freshwater. Oceans are saltwater. Estuaries, it is important. They always ask a question about estuaries, are where freshwater and saltwater mix. Let me repeat that. An estuary is where freshwater and saltwater mix. Next, we're into the pieces within a food chain. A producer is a living thing that makes their own food. So like plants, grasses, shrubs, trees, they use photosynthesis to make their own food. So these producers undergo photosynthesis, the process by which the sun's energy is turned into food. Consumers, like me and you, are living things that get energy by eating. We have to eat and break down our food using the digestive system and have our circulatory system transport those nutrients to our cells in order to have energy. Within consumers, there are three types. Herbivores consume or eat only plants. Omnivores, consumers that eat plants and animals. I'm an omnivore. A carnivore is a consumer that eats only animals. So real quick, I'll give you like 10 seconds. Think of an example of a herbivore, an omnivore, and a carnivore. Got it? Okay, here's one of mine. A herbivore could be a cow because it eats grass. An omnivore could be a bird. A carnivore could be a bear. I'm not sure about my omnivore. I guess it depends on the species of bird, but let's think of a pig because a pig eats anything. Decomposers can also be consumers, all right? But they are living things that get energy from breaking down waste in dead plants and animals. So like fungi, okay, earthworms, vultures. Think of all these things. They break down. Decompose means to break down or break apart. So these things are responsible for breaking down waste products, dead plants, and animals. Otherwise, we would just have nasty dead things all over the place as you drive down the road. You probably wouldn't be able to drive down the road if it wasn't for these decomposers. They're all a part of the circle of life. A food chain is a model that shows the path of energy from one living thing to the other. So when we say energy, our reference in our head goes to what these things eat. Who eats who? It's the path of energy because the producer makes its own food. The consumer eats the producer. Another consumer eats that consumer, and then the decomposer breaks them all down when they die or poop. All right? A food web are several food chains connected. So it's like, I like to think of it as like all the food chains within an ecosystem. So we would see all the different species within the tundra and how that energy is passed. So if we go back to an example of a food chain. So let's say a producer would be like grass, okay? A mouse eats grass and seeds, okay? A consumer the producer being the grass and the consumer being the mouse. So then a snake eats the mouse. It's a carnivore, so it eats the mouse, but then a hawk eats the snake. So after that, like, the hawk has bird poop, and then that's broken down by, like, earthworms and stuff. So it's that passive energy as it goes through, if you see that. Questions, leave a comment. Food web, we went over. An energy pyramid is a model that shows how the amount of energy changes as energy moves through a food chain or food web. Energy decreases as you go through the food chain. Producers have more energy than consumers. Because they make their own food, nothing's taken away from it. So, like, as we go back up to food chain, this producer has more energy, and as it passes, less and less energy each time. A predator are animals that hunt other animals. Prey are animals that are hunted. Think back to Seraphina. She's a predator when she's going after the rats, but the prey are the rats. But with the man in the black cloak, she's the prey, or the kids are, and he's the predator. So it's just a lot of things going back into ecosystems and the vocabularies within there. Oh my gosh, my cat just scared me. I jumped. Competition is the demand for a resource by two or more organisms. So we talked on quite a few of our field trips. If, like, a mouse population increases, then the competition for food, that being its resource, would have to increase. And then whatever eats the mouse, there could be a black snake increase. You have to have that balance. If there's not enough food, then there'll be a decrease. That it's a chain reaction within it. So if one or more decrease or increase, that fluctuation is going to happen to whatever its next food source is on the food chain. Okay, and that's everything. I'm going to go over a few more things and go over the test that I will upload tomorrow. Send comments. You can put them on Schoology and on YouTube if you're using, like, your cell phone or something to review this. Let me know if you have any questions, and if these videos help you and I can make some more. It's all about whatever y'all need. Love y'all. Night.